What if I told you that a single photo taken during a regular gym session could transform someone from complete obscurity into a multimillionaire with over 3.5 million followers practically overnight? What if I told you this same person was living with a chronic illness that most people would consider a massive obstacle to achieving fitness fame? And what if I told you that instead of hiding this condition, she turned it into her greatest strength and used it to inspire millions around the world? Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick around because today we're diving deep into one of the most incredible rise to fame stories in social media history. And trust me, you've never heard anything quite like this before. This isn't just another Instagram model story. This is about transformation, resilience, breaking beauty standards, and redefining what it means to be truly confident in your own skin. And before we get into the mind-blowing details of how one woman changed her entire life with a single bold decision, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what really separates people who make it on social media from those who don't? Is it just luck? Is it looks? Or is there something deeper, something more strategic happening behind those perfectly filtered photos? Well, today you're going to find out, and the answers might surprise you. But first, I need you to do something for me. If you're even remotely interested in real success stories, in understanding how social media actually works, or in learning how ordinary people transform their lives into extraordinary careers, then you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, click it. Because here at Gorgeous Models, we don't just show you pretty pictures and call it a day. No, we go deep. We investigate. We uncover the real stories behind the social media personas you see every day. We talk about the struggles, the strategies, the failures, and the incredible victories that most people never hear about. And if you appreciate that kind of content, if you want to actually learn something valuable while being entertained, then smashing that like button would really help us out too. It tells the algorithm that you want more content like this, and it helps us reach more people who are hungry for real, substantive stories instead of superficial fluff. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let me take you on a journey that starts with a young woman named Kirsten Wright, born on April 21st, 1999 in Los Angeles, California, who had absolutely no idea that her life was about to change in ways she couldn't possibly imagine. Picture this. It's 2023, just a regular Tuesday afternoon at a Crunch Fitness gym somewhere in America. The usual sounds fill the air, weights clanking, treadmills humming, music pumping through the speakers. Among the dozens of people working out is a young woman named Kirsten. She's there doing what she does several times a week, staying fit, staying healthy, maintaining the athletic physique she's worked hard to build. But today is different, though she doesn't know it yet. Today, Crunch Fitness is running a social media competition called the Crunch Booty Challenge, and they're offering a $1,000 prize to whoever submits the best photo. Kirsten decides to enter. Why not, right? $1,000 would be nice. She positions herself on a foam roller, strikes a confident pose that showcases the athletic curves she's proud of, snaps a photo, posts it to Instagram with the competition hashtag, and goes back to her workout. She doesn't think much of it. Maybe she'll win, maybe she won't. Life goes on. But then something absolutely insane happens. Kirsten wins the competition. Out of thousands of entries from across the entire United States, her photo is selected as the winner. Okay, cool, she thinks. $1,000 is great. But what happens next is worth infinitely more than any cash prize could ever be. Crunch Fitness takes her winning photo and blasts it across their official social media accounts nationwide. We're talking about a major gym chain with hundreds of locations and millions of followers suddenly sharing Kirsten's image everywhere. And that's when her phone absolutely explodes. Within hours, thousands of new followers flood her Instagram account. Within days, it's tens of thousands. Within weeks, she's gained hundreds of thousands of new followers. Her direct messages are overflowing with partnership offers from major brands. Companies she'd only dreamed of working with are now begging to collaborate with her. Her follower count keeps climbing and climbing until it reaches over 3 million people. 3 million strangers now following her every post, hanging on her every word, inspired by her confidence and her message. From relative obscurity to legitimate social media stardom in what feels like the blink of an eye. Kirsten herself described it perfectly when she said in an interview, "When Crunch reposted my photo everywhere, my phone went absolutely crazy. Overnight, I became known as the girl with the most famous booty on Instagram." Just like that, her entire life trajectory shifted. One photo, one competition entry, one moment of putting herself out there, and everything changed. But here's the thing that most people don't understand about these viral success stories, and here's where Kirsten's journey gets really interesting. That moment didn't actually happen by accident, and the success that followed wasn't just about luck or looks. There's so much more to this story, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Let me take you back to where this all really began, because understanding Kirsten's background is crucial to understanding why her message resonates so powerfully with millions of people. Kirsten Wright grew up as a regular kid in America, but there was something that set her apart from a very young age, something that would shape her entire approach to life, health, and eventually her career. When Kirsten was just a child, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Now, if you're not familiar with this condition, let me explain what that actually means. Type 1 diabetes is a chronic autoimmune disease where your pancreas produces little to no insulin, which is the hormone your body needs to regulate blood sugar. Unlike type 2 diabetes, which can sometimes be managed through diet and lifestyle alone, type 1 requires constant medical management. We're talking about checking blood sugar levels multiple times every single day, calculating insulin doses for every meal, being constantly aware of how exercise affects your glucose levels, carrying medical supplies everywhere you go, and dealing with the very real risk of dangerous blood sugar highs and lows that can be life-threatening if not managed properly. For most people, especially children, a diagnosis like this feels devastating. It feels limiting. It feels like your body has betrayed you and like you'll never be able to live a normal life. Many people with chronic illnesses become defined by their condition, letting it dictate what they can and cannot do. But not Kirsten. From the very beginning, she refused to see her diabetes as a limitation. Instead, she saw it as something that was teaching her valuable lessons that most people her age weren't learning. The disease forced her to be disciplined. It required her to pay attention to what she ate, to monitor how her body responded to different activities, to be responsible and organized in ways that most teenagers never have to be. And rather than resenting these requirements, Kirsten embraced them. She later said in an interview, "Living with diabetes made me appreciate the value of being conscious about my health. This disease teaches me to make healthy choices in eating, activity, and listening to my body." Think about the wisdom in that perspective, especially from someone so young. While her peers were eating whatever they wanted without consequence, Kirsten was learning about nutrition. While others could skip workouts without thinking twice, Kirsten was understanding the critical importance of consistent physical activity. While most teenagers felt invincible and immortal, Kirsten was developing a mature relationship with her body and its needs. This early experience with managing a chronic illness gave Kirsten something that would later become absolutely central to her success as a fitness influencer: credibility. When she talks about the importance of nutrition, she's not just repeating something she read in a magazine, she's sharing knowledge earned through years of necessity. When she emphasizes listening to your body and being in tune with how you feel, she's speaking from lived experience. When she promotes discipline and consistency in fitness, she's not being preachy, she's sharing what literally keeps her alive and healthy every single day. But diabetes wasn't the only thing shaping young Kirsten's life. She was also discovering a genuine love for physical activity and sports. Beach volleyball became one of her favorite activities, and if you know anything about that sport, you know it demands explosive power, agility, endurance, and serious athletic ability. She wasn't just casually hitting a ball around on the beach. She was training, competing, diving for balls, perfecting her serves, building the kind of strong athletic physique that the sport requires. This early athletic foundation is important because it meant that Kirsten's later fitness content wasn't performative. She wasn't someone who suddenly decided to pretend to be into fitness because it looked good on Instagram. She was genuinely athletic, genuinely strong, genuinely passionate about physical activity long before she ever thought about social media fame. Kirsten also developed a deep love for the outdoors and nature. She loved hiking through national parks, exploring trails, connecting with the natural world. In fact, if you go way back to her earliest Instagram posts from around 2016, you'll find a photo of her hiking through Zion National Park in Utah. It's still there on her account, this artifact from before the fame, showing a young woman who just enjoyed sharing moments from her adventurous life with a small circle of friends and family. At that point, Kirsten had maybe a few hundred followers, maybe 1,000. She wasn't creating content strategically. She wasn't thinking about brand partnerships or monetization. She was just being herself, sharing what she loved, posting photos that reflected her genuine interests and personality. But slowly, gradually, things started to shift. As Instagram grew as a platform and as influencer culture began to take shape, Kirsten started to see the potential in what she was doing. She began posting more intentionally, sharing photos that showcased not just her outdoor adventures, but also her athletic physique, her fashion sense, her lifestyle. She started experimenting with fitness content, posting workout videos and tips. She began collaborating with smaller brands, particularly in the swimwear space. One of her early partnerships was with Boutin LA, a swimwear company whose aesthetic aligned with her own vibe. These early collaborations taught her valuable lessons about content creation, about understanding what her audience responded to, about the business side of being an influencer. And her following grew, not explosively, not overnight, but steadily. A few hundred followers became 1,000, 1,000 became a few thousand. She was building something, slowly but surely, laying the foundation for what was to come. But even with this gradual growth, Kirsten was still relatively unknown in the massive, crowded world of Instagram fitness models. There are thousands upon thousands of attractive, fit women posting workout content on Instagram. What makes one break through while others remain obscure? Often it comes down to a combination of consistency, authenticity, timing, and yes, sometimes a bit of luck. For Kirsten, that lucky break came in 2023 with the Crunch Fitness competition we talked about earlier. But here's what's crucial to understand. Luck favors the prepared. If Kirsten hadn't already spent years developing her content creation skills, building her aesthetic, understanding her audience, and cultivating her message, that viral moment wouldn't have translated into lasting success. Plenty of people have their 15 minutes of viral fame and then disappear into obscurity because they don't know how to capitalize on the opportunity. Kirsten was different. When that moment came, she was ready. So what exactly happened after Kirsten won that competition and her follower count started skyrocketing? How did she turn a viral moment into a sustainable career? This is where we see Kirsten's business intelligence and strategic thinking come into play. First, she immediately recognized that this wasn't just about enjoying her newfound fame. This was a real business opportunity that required smart decision-making. When brands started flooding her inbox with partnership offers, she didn't just say yes to everything. She was selective. She wanted to work with companies that aligned with her values and her aesthetic, not just anyone willing to pay her. This selectiveness is actually really important for building long-term credibility as an influencer. When you promote everything thrown your way, your audience starts to distrust you. They can tell you're just in it for the money. But when you're selective and only promote things you genuinely believe in, your recommendations carry weight. People trust you, and trust is the currency of influencer marketing. Second, Kirsten understood the importance of platform diversification. She didn't just stay on Instagram and hope the algorithm would always favor her. she expanded to TikTok, where she could show a more playful, spontaneous side of her personality. Her TikTok content included workout videos, sure, but also funny moments, behind-the-scenes glimpses of her life, trending challenges, and the kind of authentic, unfiltered content that platform rewards. One TikTok video that went particularly viral showed her mother playfully teasing her about wearing long athletic socks, the kind of genuine family moment that makes influencers feel human and relatable. That video got hundreds of thousands of views and reminded her audience that behind the glamorous photo shoots and the fitness content, she's just a regular person with a mom who makes fun of her fashion choices. Her TikTok following grew to around 2 million people, creating an entirely new audience that might never have found her on Instagram. Then there was YouTube, which offered something neither Instagram nor TikTok could: long-form content. On YouTube, Kirsten could create detailed workout tutorials that actually taught people proper form and technique. She could make day-in-the-life vlogs that gave deeper insight into her routines and habits. She could document special experiences and adventures in ways that short-form content just doesn't allow. One of her most popular YouTube videos showed her training legs at the famous Gold's Gym with another fitness influencer, Sava Schultz. The video wasn't just entertainment, it was genuinely educational, showing proper squat form, discussing the importance of progressive overload, sharing nutrition tips for muscle building. This kind of content provides real value to viewers, which is why people keep coming back. She also maintained presences on Twitter, Snapchat, and other platforms, ensuring she could reach her audience wherever they preferred to consume content. This multi-platform approach meant that if Instagram changed its algorithm or if one platform declined in popularity, she wouldn't lose everything. She'd built her brand across multiple channels, creating resilience and sustainability. The world doesn't need you to be smaller, quieter, or less visible. The world needs you to show up fully, to own your space, to share your authentic self, to use your voice and your platform, whatever size it might be, to make a positive impact. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, remember, your story matters, your voice deserves to be heard, and the world needs exactly what you have to offer. Don't make yourself smaller to fit anyone else's expectations. Show up fully, own your space, and let your authentic self shine. I'll see you in the next video.